Yo, what's up guys, it's King Sean here, and in today's video, I'll be bringing you guys my official Week 11 preview between the Commanders and Eagles Thursday night game. So I'm recording and posting my preview video today as of Wednesday. Y'all know how these videos work. I'll give y'all the injury report, my keys to victory, and my final score prediction at the end. So if you guys are new to my channel, leave a like down below, subscribe, and turn on notifications. And other than that, let's get straight into today's video. Going over the injury report quickly, out for tomorrow night's game, Austin Seibert, Marshon Lattimore, and Nick Bellore. No surprises right there. They were all DNPs all week long. They will not be playing this week. Marshon Lattimore, he's going to miss his second straight game, well, with a Commanders title under him, you could say, because he did miss a game with the Saints. I feel like he's going to make his debut next week against the Cowboys, and he has this 10-day period where he gets to rest, get more treatment done, and I feel like next week is when he's going to make his debut. So obviously, you know, hammy injuries, they are very tricky to handle, so don't want to rush him back out there onto the field too fast. So I like that they're taking their time. However, if he doesn't play next week, then we'll start to have that conversation, but I feel like he's going to play next week. And then I feel like Nick Bellore and Austin Seibert, they're going to play next week as well. It's a short week. You don't want to rush him back. Austin Seibert, he's obviously going to be out again with that hip injury. Zane Gonzalez did a really good job Sunday versus the Steelers, so I trust him to make all of his kicks again. So Nick Bellore and Austin Seibert, they should be good to go for the Cowboys game next week. And then as for our guys questionable, all three tackles are questionable. Brandon Coleman, Andrew Wiley, and Cornelius Lucas. Now, obviously, Cornelius Lucas, he's missed the past couple of games. Brandon Coleman and Andrew Wiley both dealing with shoulder injuries. I think Brandon Coleman should play, and I feel like Andrew Wiley should play as well. DQ said in his presser today that Andrew Wiley progressed well. He looked pretty good in practice, and Cornelius Lucas, he's progressed well as well. So if I had to guess, all three of those guys are playing. But it does suck that all three of your tackles are on your injury report and are questionable. So I think they're all playing. However, you know, with all three of them being on the injury report, with all three of them being banged up, man, we need this 10-day period of rest, man, badly. And we need our bye week to hurry up because we need some of these guys to just get back right, healthy, 100%. So I think, once again, all three of these guys, they should play tomorrow night, but they all are banged up. And then everybody else, Tyler Biadasz, Clelin Ferrell, Dante Fowler Jr., Noah Igbinoghene, Jordan McGee, Brian Robinson, they were all full participants today. Well, besides Clelin Ferrell, he wasn't practicing today, but he got rest. They're all good to go. And getting Brian Robinson back is really good. We'll talk about it more in today's video, but getting him back is awesome for our offense. And then as for the Eagles injury report, everybody on their injury report is playing. Darius Slay, Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert, Jordan Mailata, he got elevated or activated from IR. Everybody on that injury report is going to play. Key to victory number one for the offensive side of the ball. Start fast and establish a run game early and often. Starting fast, and we've done a good job of starting fast this season. What I mean by starting fast is I want to see a touchdown on our opening possession on offense. The last time we scored a touchdown on our opening possession was against the Cardinals in week 4. So it's been 7 weeks. I want to see a touchdown on the opening possession tomorrow night. I really do, because it's been too long since we've had it. So that's what I mean by starting fast. Get a touchdown on the opening possession, not just to score, but put up 6 or I guess 7 points on the board on your opening possession. And then establish a run game early. The Eagles are allowing 100.7 yards a game on the ground, which is good. That's fit. However, I still feel like we're going to be able to run the ball on them. I think the Falcons did a good job of running the ball on them. Bijan Robinson, he did a good job. They've played bad opponents, and we've technically played under 500 teams as well, but they played the Jaguars, the Browns, the Bengals. They don't have a good run game at all. Who else have they played? They played the Giants. The Giants do have a good run game in Tyrone Tracy, so I'll give them credit there. But overall, they haven't played great rushing attacks. And I feel like we'll be able to run the ball on them, and especially with B-Rob, I feel like we'll be able to run the ball on them efficiently and effectively. It'll be nice to have B-Rob back in as our starting running back. obviously he wears a defense down, and he'll allow for more Jayden Daniels design runs and obviously read options with JD hanging on to the ball, running it, getting some yards. So having B-Rob back in the lineup will be huge for us, and obviously Eckler will get his carries. We got to establish a run game early. Key to victory number 2 for the offense: keep Jayden upright and do not turn the ball over. The Eagles have 25 sacks on the year. I feel like they've done a better job of lately getting pressure on the quarterback. However, they haven't faced a quarterback like Jayden all year, and our O-line has done a good job this year. And obviously, you got to thank Cliff Kingsbury for some of that, JD for some of that, because he's obviously a mobile quarterback. He can escape out of pressure whenever there's pressure in his face. But our O-line has done a good job this year, and they have to do a good job tomorrow night protecting Jayden, keeping him upright. Obviously, the Eagles, like I said, 25 sacks on the year. Their D-line isn't that scary. Bryce Huff, he has looked pretty bad this year. He hasn't done much. He did have a good game versus the Cowboys, but other than that, he hasn't done much this year. Brandon Graham, he's like 34, 35 years old. I'm not scared of him. Jordan Davis, he's like, he hasn't been the player the Eagles spent the 13th overall pick on, and they thought they were getting in him. Jalen Carter is really the scariest player on that Eagles defensive line, and yet he's not that scary in my opinion. Obviously, he's a really good player, but I feel like our interior O-line, Tyler Biadasz, Nick Allegretti, Sam Cosmi, they should do a pretty solid job of guarding him. So obviously got to keep Jayden upright, don't allow a ton of pressure to get to him, and obviously we got to protect the ball. We haven't had a turnover since, I want to say, the Browns game when Jayden had an interception and Terry had that fumble. Oh, actually, I lied. Olamide Zaccheaus, he had that muffed punt versus Steelers. So technically that was a turnover. But as for a turnover on the offensive side of the ball, haven't had one since the Steelers game. Not the Steelers game, the Browns game in week 5. Let's keep that up. So once again, protect Jayden. And then my final key to victory for the offense, key to victory number 3, convert on third downs and score touchdowns in the red zone. We have to get back to us converting on third downs 50% or more. Last week versus the Steelers, I want to say we were 5 for 14, or was it 5 for 15? Somewhere around there, but we weren't over 50%. We have to be over 50% this week because the Eagles, they're going to score points, you know. Our defense, although it's been improving, I don't know if we're going to be able to stop Saquon Barkley, and we're going to get to that next when we talk about defensive keys to victory, but Saquon Barkley is a dog. The Eagles are going to move the ball on us. They're going to score points. What do we have to do? We have to score points. We've been scoring points all season long. We got to do it tomorrow night. And that starts with converting on third downs to obviously restart the chains to get us back on first down. And then when we get down to the red zone, field goals are cool. If you have to take a field goal, take it. However, you want touchdowns. In order to beat a team like the Eagles, and obviously with divisional games, you want to throw, the records away really. The Eagles, like I said, they're going to move the ball on us, so they're going to score points. So we have to score points as well. And the best way to score points is by scoring touchdowns, and especially scoring touchdowns early and often. So we got to score a lot of points. We got to move the ball on them. A matchup to watch is going to be Terry versus Quinion Mitchell. Quinion Mitchell has been undoubtedly the best rookie cornerback in the NFL this year. He's been really solid this year. However, if he's one-on-one with Terry McLaurin, I feel like Jayden Daniels and Cliff Kingsbury, they're going to take the shot to Terry to try and come down with the ball versus Quinion Mitchell. Don't think Terry will be on Darius Slay much because Darius Slay, he's pretty washed. And I feel like the Eagles feel like they have a better chance to guard Terry with Quinion Mitchell on him. So that's definitely a matchup to watch. But once again, got to score points in the red zone, specifically touchdowns. Moving on to the defensive side of the ball. Key to victory number 1. This is the most important key to victory in this game for any side of the ball. Stop the run. And with Saquon Barkley, it's going to be hard to stop him totally. So what I will say is contain him. Contain him. If you hold him to under 90 or 100 yards, hold him under 100 yards, then I feel like you have a good chance of winning the game, right? You want to stop the run. You want to make Jalen Hurts beat you with his arm. And I'm not saying Jalen Hurts is a bad thrower. He's definitely improved as a thrower over his years in the NFL. However, he's still not like an elite thrower or anything like that. So you want to stop the run because Saquon Barkley is the backbone of that Eagles offense, in my opinion. He's an absolute dog. Almost has 1,000 yards on the season, and it's only been 10 weeks going into week 11. So, and the Eagles had their bye week already. So he's only played 9 games, and yet he has 900 and some yards. Insane. So we got to stop Saquon. Obviously, we are allowing 142.7 yards a game on the ground. That is 28th in the NFL. Got to be better than that, especially against the Eagles tomorrow night, because Saquon Barkley, he'll go crazy on you. All right, he'll definitely go crazy on you. The Eagles are averaging a total of 176.1 yards a game on the ground. That is second best in the league. We are actually fourth in the league at running the ball. Obviously, we're really good at running the ball, but the Eagles are second. Awesome at running the ball. And obviously, Saquon Barkley, like I said, he's an absolute dog. So if we want to stop him, we have to start by stopping the run, specifically Saquon Barkley. Obviously, run defense got to be on point. Daron Payne, Phidarian Mathis. Phil Mathis actually has done a really good job of stopping the run this year, in my opinion. Obviously, the linebacker is going to have to get active. Frankie Louvu, Bobby Wagner, Jeremy Chin down in the box. Everybody got to make sure we tackle. Especially, we got to tackle Saquon Barkley. Got to stop him, man. We have to. Key to victory number 2. Keep Jalen Hurts bottled up and get pressure on him. Let's start with getting pressure on Jalen Hurts. The Eagles' O-line is really good, and they are getting back their starting left tackle in Jordan Mailata for tomorrow night's game, so that's really huge for them. I was really wishing he didn't play this week, but, you know, it's whatever. Want to play them at their fullest strength, want to beat them at their fullest strength so that their fans do not have any excuses. So, you know, it's fine that Jordan Mailata is playing. I don't really care that much. I just want to beat them tomorrow night, and part of beating them is getting pressure on Jalen Hurts. The Giants did a really good job of getting pressure on Jalen Hurts. He looked flustered for half of that game, man. Like, he was running around, and they did a good job of bottling him up. Dexter Lawrence, he had multiple sacks in that game. Brian Burns had a sack in that game. I want to say Azeez Ojulari had like 1 or 2 sacks in that game as well. So when Jalen Hurts is under pressure, he's not that great. So we got to get pressure on him. Dante Fowler Jr., he has 8.5 sacks on the year. Wouldn't be surprised if he hit double digits tomorrow night. He only needs like 2 more sacks. He's gotten 2 sacks in both of his last 2 games. So wouldn't be surprised if he got 2 tomorrow night. It'll really be cool to see him get double digit sacks, because I think he hasn't done that since his rookie season or like his sophomore season in the NFL. I'm not sure. But yeah, we got to get pressure on him. Daron Payne, want to see you step up. Johnny Newton, got to see you step up as well. Dorrance Armstrong has been a little bit quiet since he suffered that injury against Baltimore. I want to see him step up this week or tomorrow night against the Eagles. Want to see him get pressure. But also, we got to keep him bottled up, because Jalen Hurts, he can also extend plays. He can create plays on the run. So we want to make sure we get pressure on him, but at the same time, we need to bottle him up so that he does not have many opportunities to extend plays. And then my final key to victory, say it with me, ball is life. All right, ball is life. Create turnovers. And Jalen Hurts, he's going to give you the opportunity to get a turnover on him, right? He has, let me search it up here actually. Let me scroll up here. Jalen Hurts, he's thrown 5 interceptions this year, which I thought he's thrown more this year, but he's thrown 5. I think he has a couple of fumbles as well. So he'll give you chances to get a turnover or 2 on him. Got to capitalize on that. We had 2 turnovers on Sunday versus the Steelers. An interception. Shout out to Jeremy Chin. Jeremy Chin also had a fumble recovery. So Chin had both of our turnovers versus the Steelers. But Quan Martin did force that fumble on Jaylen Warren. And then Chin recovered it. So shout out to those 2 guys right there. So we're forcing turnovers lately. I mean, versus the Giants, we forced a fumble. Versus the Bears, we forced a fumble. The week before, versus the Panthers, we had 2 interceptions. So, hey, man, we really living up to ball is life over the past 2 weeks. Over the first 3 games of the season, we were struggling creating turnovers. Now, we are creating turnovers, which I absolutely love to see. And I know Joe Wood Jr. loves to see it as well. So, creating turnovers will be very important. And also, do not let up big plays, you know. Lattimore's not going to play tomorrow night, so it's going to be Benjamin St-Juste versus A.J. Brown. Benjamin St-Juste, all I ask for is for you not to get cooked, all right? I just asked that, okay? Mikey Sanders still, more likely than not, will be on Devontae Smith on the outside, and Noah Igbenogany will probably be on Jahan Dotson on the inside, and Jahan can also play on the outside as well, so you might see Mikey Sanders still on Jahan Dotson as well at times. But just don't give up big plays versus the Steelers. We gave up a couple big plays to George Pickens and to Mike Williams at the end of the game, of course. So don't give up big plays. Limit big plays at least. And ball is life. Get a turnover or two on the Eagles. Now on to my final score prediction. I have us winning this game 34-33. This is going to be a tough game. All right. Divisional game. But the Eagles are just really good, okay? They're a really good team. They got hot over the past 5 weeks, really, after their bye week. 5 straight wins. That's no fluke right there, no matter who they played. Although they haven't played great opponents, they've still won 5 straight games. So you got to respect that right there. But we got to beat them. We have to beat them if we want to win the division. And I love that DQ addressed the team. He said in his press conference a couple days ago that, you know, all divisional games are must win. Every game you want, but divisional games especially, you absolutely need them in order to get first place in your division. So this is a game that we want, and this is a game that we absolutely need to win. Obviously, if we don't win this game, it's not the end of the world. We're still 7-4. We're going to make the playoffs, all right? However, if we don't win tomorrow's game, then, you know, and also we are banged up. We are very tired. We haven't had our bye week yet. This 10-day break will be big for us. So if we don't win tomorrow, it's not going to be the end of the world. Like I said, we're still 7-4. Played 3 games against teams that we should beat. So, you know, that kind of helps us out there. But I think we're going to win tomorrow. I really do think so. The guys are pissed. Jaden Daniels said the guys are pissed. Sam Cosmi said it. Jeremy Chin. I know that DQ said it as well to the guys. Everybody's pissed because that's a game we should have won on Sunday versus the Steelers. So they're going to want it badly the next game. And especially against a divisional foe, we're going to want it badly. So think that our offense will have a really good game. Think that the defense will struggle for the majority of the game, stopping Saquon Barkley. However, when it matters the most, I think they will end up getting a stop on the Eagles, maybe a stop or two, and I think that we'll get a turnover or two on Jalen Hurts as well. I think Jaden's going to have a really good game. Honestly, this could be Jaden's first 3 passing touchdown game, man. He should have it by now, but with guys wanting to drop passes, stop at the 1-yard line, he doesn't have it. So I think tomorrow night is when Jaden has his first 3+ passing yard touchdown or passing touchdown game. So that's what I think. Think we're going to win this game. Comment down below your score prediction and who you think is going to win this game. So that is it for today's video. Hope y'all enjoyed. If you did, leave a like down below, subscribe, and turn on notifications. And other than that, it's been King Sean, and I'm out. Peace. See y'all after the game.